13 beautiful species of maple trees. The Amur maple is one of the smaller trees in the Acer genus, growing either as a spreading multi-stem shrub or a small tree with a dense, rounded crown. Acer ginnala is sometimes classified as a subspecies of Tatarian maple, carrying the label Acer tataricum subsp. Ginnala. It also is sometimes called by the common name Siberian maple. Fall leaf color is red, with yellows sometimes also appearing. The embers and flame varieties have especially vibrant fall colors in both leaves and fruit. Once established, the Amur maple will have some drought resistance. As the name suggests, the leaves are quite large on this tree. It has the biggest leaves of any maple. The classic 5-lobed, palm-shaped leaves can be over 12 inches wide. Other common names for this tree include broadleaf maple and Oregon maple. Big leaf maple is a massive, thick-bodied tree with furrowed gray or reddish-brown bark. Spring foliage is burgundy, turning green in summer, then yellow or yellow-orange in fall. This large tree is an excellent shade tree for large landscapes and parks. The species and common names for this maple come from the fact that the leaves are similar to those of the Sycamore platanus. This tree does well with urban conditions like salt and pollution. In some areas, this tree is known as the plaintree maple. This species is closely related to the Amur maple. It is usually grown as a small upright tree but can also be grown as a shrub if left unpruned. Its leaves generally have 3 lobes when the tree is young, but the leaves on mature trees are not lobed. Greenish-white flowers in spring give way to red samaras, and the fall foliage is yellow or red. The vine leaf maple features leaves with 3 parts, a structure known as trifoliate. The leaves are less like the classic maple, more closely resembling the leaves of ivies or ash trees. Another common name for this plant is ivy-leaved maple. In shape and size, this small tree looks similar to the Japanese maple and may be used in a similar way as a specimen tree. Fall foliage is variable, ranging from an ordinary green to shades of yellow and red. The hedge maple is a great choice for the urban garden, as it does well in many difficult environments: drought, acidic, alkaline, or salty soils, shady locations, and climates where there is ozone deficiency. It can also be used as a street tree if the power lines are high enough. Also known as field maple or common maple, the hedge maple is a small to medium-sized tree that can serve as a shade tree in small landscapes or can be pruned to serve as a hedge plant in larger landscapes. Medium green foliage gives way to yellow colors in fall. Many plant species within a genus have a similar appearance, but there can be surprises, as is the case with hornbeam maple. Its leaves are nothing like what you expect from a maple. Instead, as the scientific and common names note, the foliage more closely resembles that of the hornbeam tree, Carpinus spp. Rather than the palmate lobes found on the classic maple, this species has labellous elongated leaves with pointed tips and corrugated texture. The green leaves turn yellow or brownish gold in fall. This can be a somewhat difficult plant to find for sale, but it can make a good small tree or large shrub in the landscape. Japanese maple is a staple in many Japanese gardens, as well as in the world of bonsai. The leaves are either green or red and come in a wide variety of shapes and textures. There are thousands of cultivars. The leaves typically have more lobes than other maples, and a finer texture. Fall colors vary considerably depending on cultivar. Yellows, red purples, and bronze hues are all available. Known either as Norway maple or European maple, this popular species was brought to North America from Europe in the 18th century. It has since become one of the most prevalent trees. This medium-sized shade tree has an attractive dense crown that is symmetrically round, but it is a shallow-rooted tree. In the right settings, this species may become invasive, so before planting it, check to make sure it is not a problem in your region. Crimson King is one of the most popular varieties. It features very attractive maroon leaves throughout the growing season, but the fall color is unremarkable, turning a grayish color. Other varieties usually feature yellow hues in fall. The Paperbark Maple is often chosen for a landscape because of its cinnamon or reddish-brown colored bark that peels away from the trunk, even when the tree is young. This is a small rounded tree with narrow upright branches. The three-lobed leaves are medium green on the top surfaces, with bottom surfaces that are gray-green. The foliage turns dramatic shades of orange or red in fall. The paperbark maple is an excellent specimen tree for small landscapes, especially when planted near a deck or patio where it can be appreciated. The interesting bark provides plenty of winter interest. The red maple lives up to its name at many points throughout the year. The red spring buds turn into red seed structure, samorous, hanging from reddish twigs. Reds return to the tree with the fall color change. This medium-sized maple is a common landscape tree in North America, a classic shade tree with a rounded or oval-shaped crown. Three-lobed, or sometimes five-lobed, green leaves usually turn reddish in fall, though the particular hues can be unpredictable. Fall color also varies according to variety, ranging from greenish-yellow to red to burgundy. The undersides of this maple tree's leaves are silver and flash attractively in the wind. The silver maple is one of the trees you are most likely to see throughout the U.S., since it naturalizes very easily and grows very quickly. In a neglected yard, seedlings may quickly spout up and overtake a landscape. As with many widespread species, this tree carries several regional common names, such as soft maple, creek maple, river maple, white maple, and water maple. In fall, this tree turns attractive shades of yellow, orange, or red. This is another shallow-rooted tree that should be kept away from areas with pipes or paving. This maple is the first choice for those seeking to make maple syrup, as the sap contains a larger percentage of plant sugars than with any other maple species. While it can make a good large shade tree in the right circumstances, this is not a tree that is very tolerant of urban conditions. It does not respond well to compacted soils, road salts, or pollution. It does, however, tolerate shade better than most large deciduous trees. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.